I would like to do a 2024 design roundup today. There are so many things that I have discovered this year that I've loved. My style has changed, my house has changed, I've been influenced from a plethora of different things. So I kind of want to do a roundup of what those items are, those trends. There are a select number of images I've saved that I think about almost daily. So, this is everything I loved this year. The first thing I pinned a lot and that I loved is a cozy seaside cottage moment. So it's giving old lighthouse, Nantucket, Cape Cod, all of that. I just love, I guess it's called clapboard, the wood, like old wood on the side of a home or on the facade of a home. There are so many types and styles of homes I want to have one day when eventually we buy one, but I think this is up there on what I would like the outside to look like. I just think it's the coziest thing ever, and it just reminds me of being by the ocean, and I would love to have that one day. But I found this image where the window trim is painted blue, and I just think that looks so good against the clapboard. If it's not called clapboard, sorry, I think that's what it's called, but it's like the siding of the home. And I think it looks so good when it's like old and has some discoloration to it. But I think upgrading the window sill and trim with a fun color is such a good idea. Similar to that, or how I view the inside of those homes, is the eclectic messy vibe. I really got into the messy vibe this year, not necessarily in my home, but the things I was viewing and observing on the internet. I've just kind of found a new appreciation for intentional clutter. I think there's a difference between just having clutter and having quote clutter that looks good. It's not really clutter, it's just like a collection of your favorite things in your home. I've been pinning so many images of like old living rooms with bookcases on the walls and just collectibles everywhere. And I think that's just way more fun than like a minimal space, even though the background is giving very minimal right now. It's just something that I like to look at. I found this vintage book. I think it's called like American Style, and that had great images of intentional clutter. And I've also found a lot of images on Pinterest of old secretary desks, I think they're called, and bookshelves and bookcases with glass doors. I really, really want to get bookcases, the Billy bookcases from IKEA with the glass doors, and I want to paint them and redo them a little bit. That is definitely something I want to save for, maybe put them here where these paintings are and move those elsewhere. I just love the look of like a ton of glasses and books and trinkets all behind these like glass doors, because it weirdly feels like contained and organized but still has that eclectic feel. Contained clutter, you could say. I just think it looks so interesting, and I've talked so much about how your home should show personality, and I think this is such an interesting way to do that. I also just think that this kind of eclectic, loose vibe just feels so much more comfortable. Even images like this with this little glowing duck lamp, this isn't really cluttery, but it's the tone of the space, it's the blankets and pillows on the sofas, it's the books stacked up. Small elements like that I've just been obsessed with. I think it is so cozy, and I love anything cozy. I also love a more eclectic kitchen vibe. I've talked about him ad nauseum, but Luke Edward Hall does this great. He has a fridge covered from top to bottom with pictures and magnets, and I've started to do that on our fridge, and I just think it looks so fun. I also just love a hutch in a kitchen filled with fun dishware and splatterware. Going off from that, my next thing that I pinned over and over again is anything butter yellow. As y'all might know, I painted our buffet that we had a butter yellow called Hay from Fair and Ball, and my dad built doors for it. I've just been loving that color. I think it's so cozy, but still so bright. This is also where I can plug my new newsletter. I just started a newsletter. It's on Substack. I've been really into Substack as of late, and I was thinking about it, and I just thought, like, there are so many ideas I have of topics that wouldn't necessarily make for a great YouTube video. So I started a Substack to talk about those things that wouldn't necessarily be super entertaining for a YouTube video, if you know what I mean. Like, it might not be long enough for a YouTube video. So it's called The Walkthrough Edit. Walkthrough is my small business. I make and curate furniture and homeware pieces. So it's kind of like a little blog about everything I love, things I'm finding inspiration from. So the way I have it set up is you can subscribe for free and you get a free monthly newsletter. But if you pay each month, you get the free monthly newsletter and exclusive content throughout. So with the exclusive content, I go more in depth of design tips and specific brands that I love and paint colors, things that are just a little bit more in depth than my YouTube videos. I just posted one about my favorite paint colors, and I'll probably do a part 2 to that because there's still more that I love. But that one is for paying subscribers, so that's just an example of what you can get. So anyway, that was a little plug because I mentioned paint colors. So if you want to subscribe to that, I'll have it linked in the description. Anyway, Butter Yellow, I'm obsessed with. I think it was really popular this year. A lot of clothing brands came out with Butter Yellow. I think I especially loved it in home decor because it's, again, one of those colors that anyone can use and it'll look good in pretty much any home. It's not controversial, it's not too bright. Whenever we buy a home in the far future, I want to paint the cabinets yellow. Going along with a color I've been loving, Cobalt Blue is another color I have just been drawn towards. One of my favorite things that I own is my bright cobalt blue pillow on my couch. It's from Stoff Studios. That is one of my favorite pieces that I own. It just literally makes me happy every time I look at it, and that color just really does something for me. I think it's so fun, and against our couch, which is like a tan deep color, I think it looks so good, and I've been saving so many pins with this color in it. Dressers painted in that color, rugs, couches, blankets, vases, the list goes on. I really think that this color is going to have its moment next year. I feel like it's not really talked about. You know how there's always a color of the year? I feel like potentially cobalt is on the rise, and I'm not complaining because I feel like this year, or maybe it was the year before, it was the pop of red. Everyone was doing a pop of red. It was called like unexpected red theory or something on TikTok. I feel like cobalt could be the next one. Just saying. And if it is, thank me later. I've also talked about how I've been really into folk art and just vintage art in general. I kind of went down a rabbit hole on like eBay and Etsy, just trying to find different types of art that are vintage and still fit my style. I've just been really into researching different styles of art, especially from like the 40s, 30s, 20s, and picture frames from that time era. I really like tramp art. My husband does too. I just think it's so interesting because it's so like kitschy but still classic, because a lot of the tramp art, like the picture frames or the lamps, as y'all know, I love a popsicle lamp, and those I feel like are very kitschy but still very classic. I've also just been loving wood tone elements. I've talked about how much I love cane, and I recently got lampshades that are like a wicker material, and I just think it looks so good. Again, goes with that kind of coastal vibe. I've also been loving patchwork. I want patchwork curtains so badly, and these are actually really easy to DIY, so maybe I'll do that. But I've just been seeing so many images on Pinterest of patchwork shower curtains or regular curtains in a living room, and I just love the way it looks so much. It lets the light through in like a really pretty way. It kind of gives a soft glow to your space when they're closed. I just think this is something so fun, and I think it would look really good in our house, especially with our wall color and what we got going on. So I might DIY. I also love a really bright saturated yellow curtain. Recently, the brand Tulip gifted us a shade for our pendant lamp, and it's this like bright sunflower yellow color, and I'm obsessed with it. I did a short here on YouTube about it. It literally brightened up the space. It's so cool. So that is the shade of yellow I've been really into. I love it mixed with that blue tone I was talking about and wood tones. I feel like it just looks like sunshine in your space. I think it looks so good mixed with primary colors. Another fabric I've loved is this one floral fabric. I would love to have one of our chairs reupholstered in this fabric. That's probably never going to happen because I don't have that budget, but I can dream. It's just a really interesting floral pattern. It's very like chintzy, which is another thing I've been obsessed with, which I think I've always been obsessed with, but chintz and like floral head to toe, y'all know I love. But this fabric is different because the background is again cobalt, like a deep, deep blue, and then there's like bright pink flowers and green elements. If I ever have a piece in my home in this fabric, just know I've made it. One other thing I've been pinning a lot is this paint color from Fair and Ball called Arsenic. It is the coolest, bright, like green blue color. Luke Edward Hall, again, he has his bathroom painted in this color, and I almost painted our bathroom that color. It's like a really bright, intense color, but I feel like if you mix it with the vintage wood elements and cool oil paintings, it really tones it down. But I feel like with a shade like this, you really have to go all in. Like you have to paint ceiling to baseboards because it's so intense. You really got to make it look intentional. Maybe one day I'll have a house and paint a room in this color. But Pierce and Ward used this color in one of their projects. They are a design duo who mix styles so well. I talked about them in my Architectural Digest video. I'm really trying to get into more vintage art. I think I've already said that in this video. I've been on the hunt for like really interesting frames and just pieces that are very intricate, and they do that so well. So anyway, this bathroom is insane. Like I would die to have a bathroom that looks like this. I think it's the coolest. I think those are kind of all I've been loving. Those were just things throughout this year that I've really had my eye on, and I feel like they really have influenced my personal style in our home. I feel like our home is finally starting to feel more complete. I mean, it's a constant journey. I don't think I'll ever be done, no matter where I live. It's kind of just how it goes when you are someone who does anything in the interior world. But I think elements like our new desk and the new light fixture and just kind of rearranging furniture really helps make the space feel intentional and more cozy and just going into the direction of what I like. Also, I wanted to mention I finally have a place for those Elvis portraits that I had. I had them by our fireplace, and I was like, I don't know what to do with these, but I'm obsessed with them. I have them side by side in front of this desk. I still need to get a frame for the green one and hang them, but I love the way they look side by side. I think it looks so good. I also just wanted to show you this picture that my sister got us for Christmas, and I'm breaking it. Okay, so I think this frame is from IKEA, but it's just a picture of me, my husband, and my son, and I love it. I think this chrome looks so good on our desk because the desk is burl wood, and I love it. Just thought I would share that with you. One thing that I love about interiors and my love for interiors is that it's never 100% set in stone. I'm always changing my mind, finding new inspiration, and that's the fun part. I think if I stayed stagnant in my style forever, it would just get really boring, and I just love having my taste evolve and change. It's just fun to look back at like where I started and where I am now and where I'll be in a year, 5 years. It's just fun. I love interiors so much. Makes me very happy. I hope you guys liked my little roundup. I want to hear what y'all like, so let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out my newsletter if you want to keep up with what I have to say. And I have some new product launches for walkthrough coming in the new year that I'm really excited about. Okay, I'm done blabbering. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun showing y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.